Now, let us imagine there comes a day where you have to leave your house, your friends, your belongings, your valuable items, your life, and cherished moments without even having a chance to say goodbye to them. It's like your entire life is snatched away from you in an instant with a little chance of knowing whether you will get it back. Now, when it is even hard for us to imagine something like this was the sad reality for millions of Jews under the Nazi regime. Hundreds of books, movies, and documentaries were made that showed us the sufferings of Jews under Hitler, and still many more are being made. Out of all the stories I have seen or read, one story always stands out for me. Very few books will make us cry, keep us up at night, and gives us a little pain whenever we think of it. One such book to me is The Diary of a Young Girl by Annie Frank. This book has affected me in a lot of ways because it is just raw with a lot of emotions, desires, and aspirations of a very little young girl. So, in the movie versions and documentaries I have watched, many people call her Annie or Annie Frank. But when I read this name the first time, I pronounced it as Annie Frank for some reason. So, I will stick to calling her Annie Frank throughout my life. So Annie Frank receives a diary as a gift on her 13th birthday. As any young girl, she just pours her heart into the diary, writing about her daily routine, her school, her friends, her likes and dislikes, and also about her crush. So the first few pages are really adorable to read as she, talks about a lot of her feelings. It's like getting into the mind of a teenager. But the entries in the diary turns a little darker and gripping when Annie Frank with her family, that is her mother, her father and her sister, went into hiding in a secret annex above her father's office. Along with them, there is also another family, that is Mr. Vance and Mrs. Vance, along with their son Peter. And there's also another person, a dentist named Mr. Dussel, who joins them a little later. So, in this diary, Anne Frank writes about her day to day activities and the rules they had to follow while living in this annex. Some of the rules they followed are really even hard for us to, think of. Some of them were during the day they were not allowed to talk, they were not allowed to move or walk, they were not allowed to cough if they had a flu. They were not even allowed to flush the toilet as it might, the sound might catch the attention of the workers working below during the daytime. So they always lived in fear. Every sound they heard, from the bombs outside to the footsteps inside, scared them to death. They were always in a state of fear. The only connection they had with the outside world is through listening to radios or, through their friends who bought them food and other supplies for their survival inside this annex. Now, Anne Frank didn't just write this diary as a survival guide, but she actually used this space more as a space to dump her personal opinions about the persons in the annex. So, as a teenager, she had very complicated relationship with her family. She hated her mother, and she always felt that she felt different from the rest of the members in her family. She always felt she never belonged to them. Also, she hated Mrs. Vance, but she had a crush on her son Peter. So with Mr. Dussel, the dentist, she had some ups and downs relationship. In some pages, she writes about the amazing conversations she had with Mr. Dussel, and in some pages, she writes about how much she hates him. So she just, dumps her feelings, day to day feelings in this diary. One thing that surprised me was, as a young girl, she just had fully formed opinions about politics and the war that happened during that time. Because at her age, that is 13 or 14, all I just knew was the latest cinema, the songs, or about, makeup. But she was very intelligent and she was very aspiring. She wanted to become a journalist or a writer, one day when she would go out of this place. So she wrote about such big emotions and desires and a lot of heartbreaks also in this diary, that nobody liked her at some point. So, with such big feelings, at a point she started craving for freedom. She just wanted to get out of this place. Not only her, but also the other people in the annex suffered mentally. Imagine being shut in a place without having to walk after a certain perimeter, or not able to enjoy even a little sunshine during the day. So they all mentally suffered, and at some point they all thought that even death was better instead of living in such a situation. But Anne Frank always remembered what her father said her. They are alive, and that's the main thing. The last entry in the diary is on August 1st, 1944, just a few days before they were all arrested by the Nazi police. Anne Frank and the others, after the arrest, died in different concentration camps, except her father, who later went on to publish this diary of her. So, before reading this book, I always thought that great stories were written by genius minds who had a lot of great experiences in their life. But this diary of a little girl, made me wonder that very little things in life like cooking, washing, talking, or walking and reading books might be great subjects of discussion. I always felt connected to her in some way. So we both had similar thoughts. It was very surprising for me to read certain thoughts and opinions of mine written by somebody many, many years ago. So this book is kind of very close to me as we share a lot of opinions together. Finally, this book or this diary is all about hope. All these people, even in such a bad situation, where where if they go out, they might get shot or they might get killed. There were a lot of sufferings, suffered by Jews during that period. But whatever situation it was, all of these people, they all believed that, they all hoped that the war would end the next day, or the next day, or the next day after that. So they all hoped that they would one day go outside this annex and live the life they want. Annie Frank always believed in her dreams, and she always writes about her hopes about becoming a writer, because she thought that by writing something, she would live even after her death. And guess what? This book has been translated into more than 70 languages and it has been read by millions of people around the world.